Sports fan, if Miami trades for Watson, are they a contender? Absolutely.
They're already a contender.
I was going to say, they were 10-6. Sure, they missed the playoffs, but I think a lot of people here, top 5 defense. You give Deshaun Watson a top 5 defense with players like Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker, and a lot of people don't remember this. Alan Hearns opted out. Albert Wilson opted out. There's some talent there. So, yeah, I absolutely do.
I agree. They're a contender if they get Watson. A Super Bowl contender, I'll add.
Make sure you guys subscribe if you want NFL mailbags and live shows right to your phone or your computer. Hit the big red button that says subscribe. It's literally the button that you'll see underneath this video. So whether you're sitting here watching like this or if you're just watching on your desktop, seriously, look underneath the video, click the big red button that says subscribe, and turn on your notifications. So if there's breaking news that happens, which we're getting into breaking news season here, y'all, make sure you hit the big red button that says subscribe. I don't want you to miss it. Jonathan Simmons, you're next up here. Could the Dolphins draft, speaking of Micah Parsons, and maybe trade down a few spots from 3? I actually think for Miami, the smartest thing for them to do actually would be trade down from 3. I mean, as much as I like Devonta Smith, Jamar Chase, Penei Sewell, I think that those
someone will trade up for that pick with this quarterback class.
And if you're Miami, just keep on stacking up some of those picks. The more and more tape I watch on Parsons, the more and more I hope that they end up using him kind of the way like the Bears and the Raiders used Khalil Mack, where make him more of an edge rusher instead of just a true middle linebacker. I think he'll have a lot more value there. Parsons got some off-the-field stuff, especially when he was first coming into, we'll say, college, and had some hazing issues as well. But he's absolutely incredible. Cody Douglas, Super Chat, what up, my dude? Do you guys think Mac Jones looked as good, if not better, than Tua in Alabama's offense?
Yes. I mean,
he did.
And you could say, oh, but the weapons. Tua had all 4.
I was going to say, I think Tua might have had better weapons. I mean,
Henry
Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle.
I mean,
I'm not
going to sit here and say I'm for sure confident Mac Jones will be a better pro, but I think he can be a good pro. Like I think at this point, I bet some NFL execs behind closed doors would say, I'd rather take my chances on Mac Jones. I do think that opinion is starting to formulate out there. I really do.
Akash, what up, my man? Who do you think is the better prospect, Nick Bolton or Zaven Collins? I'm on the Zaven Collins train. Anytime you can win Best Defensive Player at a school like Tulsa, it is impressive. But I did watch a lot more tape on Bolton, linebacker from Missouri. He might actually have higher upside than Zaven.
He wants to rip people's head off. Like he flies around. So I don't think you can go wrong. I think they're both solid players. Bolton, you could probably get a little bit later, I would
Bolton's
say.
Built more to be the middle linebacker. Zaven Collins reminds me of a more, we'll say, modern-day linebacker, if you will. So both really, really good picks. I think the real question is who goes number 2, because I do think Micah Parsons is the number 1.
I agree.
So who's your favorite NFL draft prospect this year? I will say this. I grew up watching a lot of Penn State football. Parsons was actually one of my favorite prospects coming into it. Now, the more and more tape I watch, I'm starting to fall more and more in love with Owusu Koramoah.
I'm in love with Kyle Pitts. I think he's an incredible
I'll tell you
talent.
what. You could actually give me the argument he might be the best wide receiver in this draft.
It's tough to argue. That guy is an absolute
incredible
monster.
I
think Kyle Trask is a solid quarterback. I think Pitts made him look incredible. I think he's that good. He's a freak athlete. We've got some NFL face masks available on sale for up to 75% off when you go to chatsports.com/stay safe. We got some Seahawks ones. We also have some Miami Dolphins face masks, but all 32 teams are represented. Solo packs all the way up to 4-packs. Look, COVID's still lingering around, so you're going to have to wear one of these in Publix. And look, I'll get to say, if stadiums are allowed to have fans next year, Tom, you're pretty good chance you're still going to have to wear one of these.
Yeah,
so
it's just not going to be done yet.
So why not represent your team in the process? Chatsports.com/stay safe. That link is in the comments. It's in the description. Lots of cool varieties. Like I said, they're on sale as well. So go ahead and pick up your favorite kind. They're on sale. Chatsports.com/stay safe. One more time, it's chatsports.com/stay safe. Lots of different face coverings available for all 32 NFL teams.
Some major on-sale discounts, too, by the way.
Yes, up to 75% off. At Cody Douglas, what's your comparison for Tua's ceiling? Well, the ones coming out of college were if he absolutely maximizes his ability, maybe he's Drew Brees.
Yeah.
That's obviously a high ceiling.
And that's so I think at that point you're hoping for maybe like a top 10, top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
And kind of like what Cody mentioned in a different Super Chat, if we can get that one up here in a second. I like Tua, but I think your best case for Tua is he ends up being a Deshaun Watson caliber quarterback. So if you can get Deshaun Watson, I think you should go do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you can get Watson, Tua's got potential. Watson's already hit that, and he's still ascending in many people's eyes. So I agree with that. I would go get Deshaun Watson if possible. Tua could reach that potential, but he may not. So getting Watson makes a lot of sense. Percival Dyson the fourth.
Percival.
What a name. Do the Dolphins?
He's probably British.
Probably. Do the Dolphins need to draft a running back early?
First off, you never need to draft a back early. That is not something you ever have to do. Now, in terms of their needs, I do think running back should be kind of high up on that list. And the nice part here somewhat nice part here for the Dolphins is that there are some good backs in this year's class. Now, I don't want to take Etienne or Harris in the top 18 like with where they're picking. If one of those guys is there at the top of round 2, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
And then maybe if those guys are gone, you could go with either of the UNC backs. They're so much fun. Kenneth Gainwell didn't play for Memphis this year, but he makes some sense on round 3, day 3. So I think they should take a back. It should not be in round 1. I think they got to go in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, Myles Gaskin was pretty solid when he was healthy, so it's not like, we got to take a running back in round 1.
They got passable production from their guys. I think they'd probably want someone better than replacement level, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Best 2021 draft prospect at running back. I think it's down to 2 guys. I think it's Etienne or Najee Harris. What do you think?
Entering this year, it was clearly Travis Etienne for me.
Yeah.
The growth that Najee Harris showed this year, not just as a runner, as a pass catcher, he went from not really offering a bunch of big explosive plays. He was kind of like Zeke this past year for Dallas, where he was very reliable, always steady, minus the fumbles, but he wasn't offering these big 20-plus yard runs. That changed this year.
You know who plummeted?
He offered more. Oh, Chuba Hubbard. Oh, he tanked. He's
bad decision.
He ain't going first 3 rounds now. You can go either way there. I still think I might lean Etienne, but it's very close.
Let us know what you guys think. Who has the best chance to get Deshaun Watson?
Should be Jets or Dolphins, right? Like, I mean, I'd love to see him in San Francisco if that's the route they go, and maybe if the Texans are like, we're not going to trade him AFC, the Niners jump to that list.
I think the Dolphins have the best chance because they can offer the most. The question is, will they?
Jets are close too, but I think having Tua helps out Miami significantly.
I think Tua over Darnold in terms of sending a quarterback back makes more sense. Biggest bust in this year's draft class.
Probably going to be one of those opt-out guys. So maybe it's a Gregory Rousseau from Miami. One of the quarterbacks will bust, I promise you. So Trey Lance with Dakota State has some bust potential. Gregory Rousseau from Miami. And I'd even throw in a Micah Parsons in there from Penn State, too. One of those opt-out guys.
Cody Douglas back up here. Appreciate the super. I don't want this to happen, but do you think Miami could get 2 firsts for Xavien Howard if he becomes a problem and demands a new contract?
Depends on where the firsts are, but I think a team would at least consider it. I think you get at least 1 first for him.
I mean, if Jamal Adams can get you 2 firsts, a lockdown corner can as well.
I don't think Howard's going to demand a new contract. I'd be actually pretty surprised by that. And maybe he wants like a slight pay raise to be the number 1 corner on his team.
Top 5 paid.
But he just signed his deal.
Yeah.
And he got a record-setting deal time. It's not like he took a discount.
You can't just
he can wait.
You can't just be the I became the highest paid, and 2 years later I'm not, because guess what? Those guys became free agents. That's how it works.
Exactly.
You can't constantly be the highest paid.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work that way. What time of the year can we expect major trades? I'd say as soon as the Super Bowl is over, things could start to happen.
Yeah.
They can't be official until March 15th.
Exactly. That early March period is when you'll see some more traction. But I'd say a week or 2 after the Super Bowl, that might be the sweet spot for a Matthew Stafford trade in particular.
I will say this year a little earlier than normal potentially, because there are more quarterbacks that could be on the move. Yeah. Is there an offseason including rookie minicamps and full camps? If there is a full camps, what restrictions has the NFL put on teams regarding full camps? I think a lot of that's in flux. I think the hope that there will be, but we'll see.
The NFLPA is trying to take advantage of what we just went through of, hey, we can all do it remotely. We don't need in-person OTAs and stuff, which, for the record, I think is wrong. I think it's stupid. I think if you're trying to win football games, be the best player you can be, you want those opportunities.
It's a major disadvantage for teams installing new coaching
It
staff.
absolutely is. It is a problem for them, and
Why
we
not
saw
just
that
give
in
the
the
teams
NFL.
the option? Like, you still have the same protocols that you had in the season. If there's positive tests, you send people home and you do.
Yeah.
What's the issue? Like, you can go remote if you're forced to.
We could have done the combine, and we didn't do that either. So we'll see about the normal off season.
Tom's still butthurt over the combine.
We could have done it. We're doing the damn Senior Bowl. We could have done the combine. Come on.
We'll go to Zach Taylor next. Another super chat. Appreciate it, my man. Why are experts picking AFC teams trading for AFC quarterbacks and NFC teams trading for NFC quarterbacks? The teams are not going to do that.
I think where it makes a little bit more sense is if teams are trying to just maximize their return on the investment. I think if you take away half the NFL teams, you're cutting into your own potential return. Now, if you don't want to trade in division, I get that. But in the end, if you're like Deshaun Watson and you're the Texans and the Jets or Dolphins are offering significantly more for him than like the Niners are, I don't think that's a good route to go. Like, I think at that point, take the offer from the Jets or the Dolphins. That way you fully maximize your potential return on investment.